The lurking presence. On a stormy autumn night, Alex found himself driving through an unfamiliar winding road deep in the woods. His phone had lost signal hours ago, and the GPS had stopped working. He cursed himself for taking a shortcut suggested by a friend. Lightning crackled in the sky, illuminating the dense trees that seemed to lean in closer with every mile. Finally, he spotted an old, crumbling house on the side of the road. Desperate to escape the rain and find help, Alex pulled over and walked towards the eerie structure. As he approached, he noticed the windows were broken and the front door hung slightly open, creaking with the wind. Something about the house felt wrong. But the storm was relentless, and he couldn't just sit in the car all night. He pushed the door open and stepped inside, calling out, "Hello? Is anyone here?" His voice echoed back, cold and empty. Inside, the house was even darker. The air was thick and damp, filled with a musty odor. Water dripped from the ceiling, forming shallow puddles on the floor. Alex took out his flashlight, casting it around the room. Shadows danced along the peeling walls, and the beams of light revealed dusty old furniture covered in cobwebs. Just as he turned to head back, a strange noise echoed from the hall. A soft, scratching sound. It was slow and rhythmic, like nails dragging against wood. He froze, feeling his pulse quicken. The scratching grew louder, and he shone his flashlight down the hall. At the end, something moved. It was a shadow, but it shifted in an unnatural way, slithering closer as though it was alive. Alex tried to convince himself it was just his mind playing tricks on him. Yet, as he watched, the shadow took on the faint shape of a person, with hollow eyes that glinted in the dark. Paralyzed with fear, Alex stumbled back. But then, he heard a whisper, a voice that seemed to seep from the walls. It called his name softly, almost lovingly. "Alex," the voice crooned, drawing closer. Panic surged within him. He turned and tried to run, but his feet wouldn't move. It felt like something unseen was holding him in place. As the shadow figure advanced, the whispers grew louder, surrounding him, filling his mind with sinister thoughts. The voice continued, "I've been waiting for you, Alex. All these years." He realized with horror that this was no ordinary house. Stories from locals flashed through his mind, about a cursed house where people went missing, where something evil lurked within its walls. Gathering every ounce of courage, he tore free from whatever force held him and dashed toward the door. But when he reached it, he found it sealed shut, as if it had fused with the wall. Desperation set in, and he pounded against the door, screaming for help. Suddenly, the scratching was all around him, louder, clawing at his sanity. As he turned around, the shadow stood inches from his face, its hollow eyes staring deep into his soul. It whispered once more, "You're home now, Alex. Forever." The last thing he saw was the shadow's face merging with his own, as darkness swallowed him whole. The house went silent once more, ready and waiting for the next unfortunate soul to seek shelter.